Meet a man who, on paper, is a millionaire. He drives a 7-year-old Toyota. He packs his own lunch 3 days a week. And last month, he sat at his kitchen table doing the same thing he's done for the past decade, worrying about how he's going to pay for his daughter's school fees. His name doesn't matter. His numbers do. 45 years old. CPF balance sitting at $300,000. His HDB flat, bought for $400,000, now worth over $1 million, leaving him with roughly $700,000 in equity. Add it all up, and he's sitting on more than $1 million in net worth. And yet, last week, he transferred $50 from his savings to cover a surprise dental bill for his son. He felt it. He actually felt that $50 leave his account. How does someone worth $1 million feel anxious about 50? This isn't one unlucky guy. This is thousands of Singaporeans right now living the exact same contradiction. Singapore has one of the highest levels of household wealth anywhere in the world. Walk down any HDB estate, sit in any hawker center, and statistically, you are surrounded by people who are, on paper, doing remarkably well. But ask them how they feel about money, and you'll hear a very different story. Stress, tightness, the sense that no matter how much they earn, there's never quite enough left over. So what's actually going on here? The answer isn't that Singaporeans are bad with money, it's that most of their wealth isn't built to be spent. It's built to be locked away. Here's what that actually looks like. Take our 45-year-old. $300,000 of his net worth sits inside CPF, money that's genuinely his, growing steadily, doing exactly what it's designed to do. But he can't use it to pay for groceries this week. He can't use it for his daughter's enrichment classes. It's there for retirement, for housing, for medical needs down the line, not for Tuesday. Then there's the $700,000 sitting in his flat. That number looks incredible on a net worth spreadsheet, but try explaining to your landlord, except you don't have a landlord because you own the place. Try explaining to yourself how a rise in your flat's valuation helps you pay this month's bills. It doesn't. Unless he sells the flat, moves his entire family somewhere else, and disrupts his kids' schooling, that $700,000 stays exactly where it is, frozen, real but untouchable. Which leaves him with $20,000 in actual cash, money he can move, spend, and use to respond to life as it happens. $20,000 out of $1 million. That's roughly 2% of his entire net worth that's actually liquid, actually usable for the everyday reality of raising a family in Singapore. This is what financial planners sometimes call being asset-rich, cash-poor. But that phrase doesn't quite capture how it feels from the inside. It feels like being told you're wealthy while your bank account tells a completely different story every single month. And here's where most people misunderstand this entirely. They assume the solution is simple, just save more cash. But that's not really the issue. The issue is structural. Singapore's entire wealth-building system, CPF contributions, home ownership, is specifically engineered to convert your income into long-term illiquid assets. That's not an accident. That's actually the design. It's why Singaporeans as a population have such strong long-term financial security compared to many other countries. The system is protecting future you from present you. But nobody explains the trade-off. Nobody tells you that in your 40s, with kids in school and bills arriving monthly, you'll be net worth wealthy and cash flow anxious at the exact same time. Nobody tells you these two kinds of wealth, locked wealth and usable wealth, grow completely differently, and that most people only ever pay attention to one of them. So what actually changes things? It's not choosing between CPF and cash, and it's not abandoning the HDB system that's genuinely built this man's long-term security. It's understanding that liquid wealth needs to be built on purpose, separately, alongside everything else. Think about it like this. Imagine two containers. One is a vault, Thick walls, incredibly secure, growing steadily, but the door only opens decades from now. The other is a simple glass jar, sitting on the kitchen counter, open, accessible anytime you need it. Most Singaporeans spend their entire working life filling the vault. CPF contributions happen automatically. Mortgage payments happen automatically. But the jar, nobody's automatically filling the jar. It only fills if you decide deliberately, month after month, to put something into it. That's the real gap. Not a lack of wealth, a lack of liquidity. The fix isn't complicated, but it does require a shift in identity, from someone who watches their net worth grow to someone who also builds a second stream of money that stays flexible. That might mean redirecting a portion of bonus payouts into accessible investments instead of lifestyle upgrades. It might mean building an emergency fund that exists completely separate from CPF, untouched by housing decisions. It might mean investing in things like ETFs or REITs, not because they'll make you rich overnight, but because they sit in that middle ground, growing over time while still being something you can actually access when your daughter needs braces or your car needs repairs. Our 45-year-old isn't poor. He never was. He's simply been playing a version of the game where only one side of the scoreboard mattered. And once he understood that, something shifted. He didn't sell his flat, he didn't touch his CPF. He just started building that second jar, deliberately, every single month. A year later, his net worth barely moved, but his stress did. Because real financial peace in Singapore doesn't come from a bigger number on a net worth calculator. It comes from having money in the right place at the right time when life actually asks for it. You might be building a fortune right now and not even know it. The real question isn't how much you're worth, it's whether you can actually reach it when you need to.